Let's talk first before we get into dosage. Just talk about the joint issues. So Rick, I'm going to get you in on this one as well. Your history with I did notice when I run Deca that my joints don't bother me as much as running, say, Winstrol or a drier compound. So there's some conflicting information, but what we do know is that there are some studies that have shown that it will enhance bone mineral content, collagen synthesis as well. And it also has a history medically for being used in osteoporosis for females. So there is some bone joint medical background to it. Having said that, the amount of Deca that bodybuilders are using, okay, and the other compounds that bodybuilders are using, and the amount of weights that people are throwing around on Deca, it really doesn't make sense to assume that you can just run Deca if your joints are bad and it's somehow going to cure your joint issues, because in the end, it's going to make it worse. So I would not run Deca. I would not run any steroid if you have a lot of joint problems, but I would not also expect Deca to cure your joint problems when you're using it, because those medical dosages are way less than what bodybuilders use in the first place. So it's not exactly a therapeutic dose regardless. But Rick, I mean, have you used Deca and noticed joint help?
You know, I guess I did, but I knew before I used it that was kind of the folklore behind it, that it helped your joints out. Is it true? Could it be true? Well, it's naturally occurring in your body in higher concentrations in pregnant women. So it might have definitely, some roles there. It could definitely help. Now, I personally have found that my joints feel a lot better when I'm taking glucosamine sulfate, chondroitin sulfate, MSM, Cissus quadrangularis. Those kind of over-the-counter ingredients have made my joints feel way better than trying to go to black market to get Nandrolone. So does it help the joints? I guess it did mine. I can't say that they didn't feel good. I mean, they were fine, but I was already being told that before I ever used Nandrolone. So maybe it was a little bit of placebo effect. But over the years, man, the biggest change I found in my joints is just using, the ingredients I just mentioned. And I guess that can help. But I would probably say nowadays, if you wanted to go the SARMs route, maybe Ostarine is probably better for your joints than Deca could ever have been. Now, Deca, it's been around since, like we just mentioned, 1950s, 1960s. We kind of know what to expect from it because so many guys have used it throughout the years. Ostarine is very new, and we don't know what kind of long-term side effects can come from it. Just one thing to keep in mind with Ostarine when we compare it to Deca. Ostarine may be better at helping your joints than Deca is, but we don't know. Ostarine has not been around as long as Deca has. There has not been that many guys using it yet, so we don't know what the long-term is going to be from these SARMs yet.